But now let's go to our rankings.
So at the beginning of that ride, you go past an old man, like sort of just strumming on a banjo with a dog before you go into like this beautiful dreamlike story. And that man gave me so much existential dread about death that I would cry in the night to my poor mother, who had to figure out a way to comfort a child over the certainty of death.
I thought you were gonna say that man was friggin' Albert Einstein and shit, dude.
He may have been, but also he represented death.
Well, I mean, I get that. I thought that you were going to say that that there was, like, a big backstory and there was this, like, whole, like, in-world reason for him to exist.
No.
But
no, he's just an old man who will die, and probably alone, and then what's going to happen to that dog?
It didn't even have to do with the storyline. You just saw an old animatronic that looked like an old man, so it wasn't an actual old man. It was a robot.
Wait.
He was sadly playing the banjo.
And you looked at the robot that was made to look up like an old man, and you said, that robot's going to die. And it freaks me out. And
that robot's going to die. I am going to die.
The robot's dead.
Everyone is going to die. He will turn to dust.
That robot shall probably die alone, not with a technical person ripping it apart.
Did baby intern go to the Hall of Presidents? I at least didn't.
The idea of the human death of the robot old man.
Yes.
Did Chuck E. Cheese also inspire a similar dread in ye?
A little bit, but that was more about, like, the futility of joy, given, like, how it doesn't last.
Did you know the E in his initials stands for ennui?
No, it
Also,
doesn't.
Kristie, and again,
No,
I don't know
friggin'
what
stands
video
for
game is.
Einstein and shit, dude.
Sure, of course, Charles Einstein cheese and shit.
Yeah, again, I don't know what a video game is, but it really seems like you shouldn't play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, probably not.
Or it seems like you should on stream. Arr.
Or it seems
Who
like
wants
you
to watch me have...
to talk about the existential ennui.
Yo, that is my 24/7.
Indeed it is. That is why we picked you.
You had the wherewithal to realize that getting old means you're gonna die soon,
Yes.
but you also, it was a robe. That guy's not gonna die. That guy's forever.
Yes.
That guy's still there,
But
like right
humans
friggin'
die.
now and shit.
But he is not a human.
Yeah, but, like, we die, and I'm reminded
It
that,
took
like,
a-
all humans
It took
die.
a rubber guy with a robot on the inside to make you realize that people die eventually.
He was sort of a representation of that fear for me for a while, yes.
But only him.
Only him.
None of the other ones in there. Not even the dog, who will likely live far less time.
No, like, old people that you just happen to know. So you didn't, I want to be clear, in this,
Yeah.
you can't have known any old people.
Oh, I
You
did.
were a singular real old adult.
They just weren't, like, so sad about it.
Robot.
Not the Walt Disney statue.
They weren't sadly playing a banjo, okay? It was the soundtrack.
Is the symbol of death. It's the banjo that's making.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it was like the whole vibe, you know?
So what's
Like his whole vibe.
If I play a banjo in front of you, intern,
Sadly.
can't listen.
If you do it sadly.
If I
will be
sadly
reminded
play
of
banjo in
death.
front of you, you're going
Intern-
to worry that I'm going to die.
Intern
I'm
comedy.
going to be reminded that we are all going to die.
Intern comedy. Never look into the work of Steve Martin.
Who's that? Did he die?
He's a comedian who plays the banjo.
See, it's all death. We are all going to die. We are all going to turn to dust. We have no way of knowing if there is anything more. Why have we been cursed with this knowledge? And why do we have so little power to affect the world around us in a real way while we are alive?
I won't die.
Just because the song is sad doesn't mean the player is. That's
part
true.
of the Rainbow Connection, nobody's going to die.
But also, I won't die.
I'm
I'm
gonna
a
die
fifth
of
dimensional
space
being. I'll just
scurvy.
be here forever, like that
That's
man playing the
truthful.
banjo. I'll just be here forever.
Banjos are the true enemy. That is why I love serving you, Fluvol. You are the only true thing in this
I
multiverse.
defy your specter of death, Walt Disney.
He's smoking a pipe. Maybe Banjo is just playing over the soundtrack.
I gotta show. Okay, well now we have to.
There is a banjo song that is very sad, and then you go into the whole pirate thing.
So your fear of death
Banjo's
comes from a spectral banjo.
Yes. The spectral banjo of death, okay? First mate marbles.
I think you need to make a sticker for the show, Kristie. That needs to be that.
The spectral banjo of death. Were you watching Deliverance on your phone as you went through?
That sounds like space madness if ever I heard it. You're seeing things that ain't there, and
Yeah, the ghost has. Yeah, he'll join the
Apparently,
ghost.
the name of that old man that you are afraid of is Beacon Joe.
Why the fuck does he have that name? Doesn't Beacon Joe sound like he is standing at the gates of hell, which in themselves would be comforting because it suggests a continuation of the consciousness of the soul, which is something we can never be sure of.
Beacon Joe kind of looks like he's at the gates of hell. I'll share that.
I think we need.
I don't know. He definitely doesn't have a banjo, though.
But there's definitely banjo.
He has a banjo vibe.
See, he totally has a banjo vibe.
Wait, you gotta zoom in on
All white Kristie.
You gotta.
This man.
I'm going to an alternative photo.
Wedding, not a funeral.
All white is so spooky. That's some cult shit right there. You see people in all white? Nah.
This be old Beacon Joe.
Look at how spooky that motherfucker is.
He was deleted from a Pirates film as well.
Quiet old man.
He has a backstory as well, if
Oh
you'd
my
like
God.
to hear it.
Yes, what's his backstory?
Beacon Joe was a man who settled in the Big Thunder Mountain region sometime prior to 1849. He was considerably familiar with the fur trappers, early pioneers, and indigenous Shoshone people, and was present when pioneer Henry Ravenswood discovered gold in the mountain.
So he's the magical old white man
I mean,
who's
there's
better at indigenous stuff than all the indigenous people.
Ravenswood would go on to establish the town of Thunder Mesa and the Big Thunder Mining Company, though Joe did not partake in these operations, rather taking up residence on the secluded Discovery Island.
So he did or didn't benefit from colonialism?
I mean, he definitely did.
He
but
definitely benefited, but he didn't benefit from the capitalist element of colonialism.
Okay, so this backstory is mostly due to him being in the Rivers of America attraction in the Magic Kingdom.
So they moved him?
No, he's in different locations in all the parks.
Wait,
He is absolutely the specter of death.
In Disneyland, he's on the Pirates of the Caribbean, which is his first appearance, but he is unnamed. He sat on the porch of his shack smoking a pipe as riders passed by. Oh, he is far creepier there. Here's what he looks like in Pirates. It's so much creepier.
Oh, okay. So you're showing us the one that... Yeah, right? It's so fucking creepy. Look at the vibe. Look at that fucking vibe.
This is happening while...
This man hanging outside of what Tia Dalma's
house?
With creepy red lights in it? What's he doing in there? He's summoning the devil.
He's sitting while banjo music leisurely plays Oh Susanna, Camptown Races, Yo Ho Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me, and Jack Sparrow's theme music.
Was that what it played in like 1996?
I think then it was probably all of those except for Jack Sparrow's theme music.
I love the idea of you hearing Oh Susanna and going, oh fuck, I'm going to die.
Look, if he is in this many rides as like a strange old man, then he is Tom Bombadil. Like, except the Spectre of Death version, right? Like an evil one.
At the end of... So you are not the only person to think Beacon Joe is playing the banjo.
Wait, is this
The end of this...
Mandela effect shit?
The end of this says... Contrary to popular belief, Joe doesn't play the banjo. Banjo music does come from his shack, but Joe himself does not play it. There is likely someone within his shack playing it.
The banjo.
There is likely someone within the shack playing it.
He has someone in that shack.
It's clearly the friggin' devil and shit.
Studio Cat.
There's also...
No,
Listen,
Studio Cat.
only the devil can slam that hard. I've been to jam sessions. I know plenty of pirates who've sold their soul.
There's also Beacon Joe fan theories.
Oh,
I
The popular theory...
that he's the devil?
The popular theory is that he was once a pirate and quite possibly a member of the crew of the Wicked Wench. And that would be why he's the last character seen before entering the pirate world, because he's reminiscing on his life of piracy as a narrative device.
Well, yeah, I assumed that, like, he was either telling us the story or, like, it was his story, but, like, now his adventure is over. And he has only to wait for the soft grip of death. There is no more for him. Like,
Alice
how
has
wild
sent
is
us.
that?
Alice has sent us an exclusive image of Beacon Joe
Oh my god!
that I'm very happy we can debut here on the show.
I do want to see the Beacon Joe fan fiction. I will DM me.
It'd be Beacon Joe at the gates of hell.
That is the gate of hell.
Oh, the fifth dimension. How do I begin to explain this to someone who is so puny?